Good afternoon, good people. This is the Mastermind Millennial. My name is EJ, and today we're going to talk about the MAGA hate you give. Yes, another black man in a MAGA hat. No, I'm not crazy. No, I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. Not any of those tags that the mainstream media has made us out to be. I just like the slogan, and that's what I'm going to talk about. It's just a slogan. MAGA hat is not a dog whistle to racists. Someone please tell me why you hear on the news from these talking heads that anyone who wears this hat is a racist. Anyone who voted for Trump is a racist. Please show me the scientific method and the analysis that you use to come to that conclusion. I guarantee you use zero analysis and zero statistics. Just all opinion based on what? Hate. I'm going to be honest with you. The MAGA hate you give is because it's discrimination. People don't know you from anywhere, but once they see you with that hat on, and because they associate that hat with someone they hate, they automatically hate you. People, that's lazy thinking. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I look at Make America Great Again as a campaign slogan. And I'm going to do some whataboutism, because I'm going to look at the previous president who had a very popular campaign slogan. President Obama campaigned on change and, according to his own words, fundamentally transforming America. Now, what exactly does that mean? It's a vague comment, didn't mean much because it's a campaign slogan, just like Make America Great Again. I guarantee you that if Obama said Make America Great Again, it would have been the best thing since sliced bread. But because it came out the mouth of a white man who didn't like the previous black man, he was a racist. And everyone associated with him is a racist. This is baloney. We don't buy it. This is why folks like me continue to think on our own and wear the hat. It is a campaign slogan, something that motivates a particular base because we want a particular outcome. Not a racist outcome, a particular outcome. And it's individual. But I can associate with people who side with me. So let's get into this. I'm going to compare these two. In another video, I'm going to see what President Trump is talking about. But we're going to talk about another campaign slogan. Barack Obama in 2008, I believe he was in Columbia, Missouri, in front of a large crowd, 5 days before the election, said that he was going to fundamentally transform America. A fundamental transformation means that you are changing the core value of something and turning it into something else. Now that is cause for alarm. PolitiFact didn't even touch it because they said it was too vague. Couldn't run it through the truth-o-meter because no one could ascertain what he meant. In 2011, Bill O'Reilly asked the president in an interview. Well, he didn't really ask him. He read a letter from a viewer, and the viewer asked a question. Let me pull up the question. The viewer that Bill O'Reilly's letter, whose letter he read, says the following. If you can go to Fox News and just Google Bill O'Reilly interviews Obama Super Bowl, and towards the end of the video, between like the 8th and 10th minute, Bill O'Reilly reads a letter from a viewer, and I want to read it verbatim so I don't get it wrong. I apologize for the way I had this up and then the page went down, and the person wrote the following. Mr. President, why do you feel it's necessary to fundamentally transform the nation that has afforded you so much opportunity and success? If you watch the video, and once I get savvy with this, I'll include video, the president's face immediately changes. He kind of scrunches his face up, and he says, I don't think we have to fundamentally transform the nation. And then Bill O'Reilly cuts him off and says, but those are your words. The following things that come out of that man's mouth was a word salad, a word soup, word salad of nothing. Just nothing. He didn't even address it. So you can't go by what these people say. You have to go by what these people do. I'm not going to judge Trump so much on what he says. I'm going to judge Trump on what he does. Today, I'm going to judge Obama on what he did to fundamentally change America. There's a wonderful article that I read that sums it up very well. This article was written by, let's see, a gentleman named Paul Kangor, writing for the National Catholic Register, and he sums it up really well. He says that the true Obama legacy has occurred not in economics, government, or foreign policy, but in culture. It's an article that was written in January 2017. It's a really good article that basically shows how Obama attempted to fundamentally change America. And how did he do so culturally? Obama pushed the LGBTQ agenda so hard. Obama tried to, in my view, fundamentally change how we view marriage, how we view gender, and how we view families in America. Okay, I don't need the president or the courts telling me what I should think or believe about marriage. Regardless of what the courts say, my view hasn't changed. The problem is now, because I'm holding to my views, other people think there's something wrong with me, but that's neither here nor there. It's a really good article that talks about how Obama tried to culturally change America. And the issue that I have with that is twofold. Is that Obama pushed this fundamental change first through the United States military. Now that really bugged me, because at the time I was a soldier in the United States Army. And what I saw was political elites and people in power trying to tell me how to live my life or what my thinking should be. And the issue that I have is, as a soldier, I follow orders. And I took offense because they want to implement something in the military. They want to test. They want to do a social science experiment through the military. We are not lab rats. We are service members willing to give up our time and our bodies in service of our country. But we are not lab rats. And I felt like a lab rat under the Obama administration. The main reason is this. In 2004, during his U.S. Senate campaign, Barack Obama was asked by a local Illinois reporter about his stand on same-sex marriage. This article is from CNN News from June 29, 2015 by Penny Starr. Candidate Obama said he did not support it and that the institution of marriage has religious roots and strong tradition, and as such is important to Americans. This is in 2004. There's a video where he actually says all of this. I've been very clear on this, says Obama. I have said I am not a supporter of gay marriage. And then he goes on to talk about how it's traditional and we shouldn't infringe on that tradition and it's a core value in America. Okay, sure. Let's move on. In 2010, David Axelrod, a White House advisor speaking for the president, says Obama still opposes same-sex marriage. This is a CBS News article written by Stephanie Condon, dated August 5, 2010. These are just two examples, but there's so many more out there you can find. There's a ton. Just Google Obama opposed same-sex marriage. Now the issue that I have is he tried to implement this social science experiment in the military. How did he do that? He ended Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And there's a ton of articles on that. The New York Times has an article from July 22nd, 2011 by Elizabeth Bummiller. Snopes fact-checked that he wanted to push LGBTQ agenda through all public schools. It's true, okay? What else? There's a really good article by a lady named Stella Morabito. She wrote for The Federalist in 2015 a really good article under the category of national security. It says, President Obama's transnational strategy. Inside the minds of people who think transgender issues are crucial to national security and global affairs. This made me look up the 2015 national security. And on page 20, under the topic of advanced equality, there's a whole paragraph dedicated to making the military a champion for LGBTQ rights. How in the world is that a national security issue? It is not. It is a man on a mission to push an agenda that will fundamentally change America. And it's a slap in the face to service members to treat us like lab rats with these social science experiments. I'm going to read one more part from this article that sums up how I feel and why it bugged me so much to be treated like that. Stella writes, the American military is the perfect answer to force dramatic and rapid change in one segment of the society that is admissibly authoritarian. If military officers must salute and make the best of the situation, whether they like it or not, the forced change is less likely to implode. Acceptance in the military then, in turn, helps push the agenda in the wider society, more gradually perhaps, but faster than would otherwise be the case. Service members and the military is no place for a social science experiment from a radical leftist president who wants to fundamentally transform America. That's what I hear when he said, I'm going to fundamentally transform America. Okay? Not only that's what I hear, that's what I saw. That's what he did. We have to look at what people do and glance at what they say. Because what they do tells all. So the MAGA hate you give, think about it. It's a form of discrimination because if it came out Barack's mouth, a lot of people would like it. Tell me what you think. Send me an email. My website's not up just yet, but tell me what you think. Until we meet again, have a great day.